What's happening, sports fans? How you doing? I am Kendrick, the sports guy. Good day to you. And a new documentary is dropping on Netflix on America's team, those Dallas Cowboys. We're going to talk about that in this segment. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that follow button, and subscribe to the YouTube channels if you have not already done so. Those channels are Kendrick Sports Hustle as well as TFG Sports Media. As you can see here on that background, it debuts August 19th, next Tuesday. Cowboys, America's team, the gambler and his Cowboys. It's going to look into those Super Bowl runs in the 90s where the Cowboys were one of the most dominant teams around. Now, on Monday night, they had a sneak peek red carpet premiere of this documentary where Hall of Famers Emmitt Smith, as well as the playmaker Michael Irvin, was in attendance, as well as owner and general manager Jerry Jones. Now, again, this will be an 8-part documentary on Netflix, and it drops on August the 19th. Now, the Cowboys in those 90s, one of the most dominant teams in the history of the NFL. They won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. Their record during this run during the playoffs, they were 46-11 overall. That includes playoffs in 1992, 1993, and 1995. Their record during the 90s, 1990 through 1999, was 101-59. Again, I think they and the Buffalo Bills were the winningest team as far as wins and losses in that decade. Now, the big thing is, what is this documentary going to delve in? It's going to focus mostly on those Super Bowls. You'll see Troy Aikman. You'll see Coach Prime, Deion Primetime Sanders, obviously Michael Irvin. But the centerpiece will be on the gambler himself. That is Jerry Jones. Speaking of gambling, they gambling right now just to bring it to the present with this Michael Parsons contract situation. According to a Yahoo Sports reporter, that the two sides are further apart than they've ever been. Parsons may not even be playing the season opener, so we'll keep you up to date on that as well. But you know what? Jerry is a brilliant marketer, but his football decisions sometimes keep you scratching your head. And it's funny that this is dropping 30 years after their last Super Bowl, 30 years after they last made it to the NFC Championship. They're dropping this America's team to get the Dallas Cowboys fans all warm and fuzzy inside to remember the good old days. How about them Cowboys? Yeah, so actually I'm going to check it out. I'm looking forward to it. And, you know, it brings the question, what if, you know, there has not been an NFL team in the history of the Super Bowl, in the Super Bowl era, that has ever won 3 in a row. And it brings the question, what if Jerry and his ego wouldn't allow him to get rid of probably the best coach? I ain't gonna say the best, the second best coach in this franchise history. That is Jimmy Johnson. What if Jimmy would have stayed on as head coach? This team probably would have been able to win 3 in a row. It would have been difficult due to the salary cap to keep a lot of those guys together. But Jimmy Johnson was a shrewd trade. He was a shrewd NFL mind too. He was able to make some trades and get some players to put this team together. Again, obviously Jerry had the money. You know, he bought the Cowboys in 1989, so he was the money man. But let's be honest, Jimmy Johnson was the football man. And once he was let go unceremoniously, that's where this Cowboys team has been stuck in reverse, in my opinion. But again, regardless of how you feel about the Cowboys, you either love them or you hate them, but you watch them, including me. And I'm a Packers fan, so you know how I feel about them beating us in the 90s in the divisional playoffs and the championship games. And you know, the 49ers was always a big time rivalry between the Cowboys and the 49ers during that time. So again, it is an 8-part documentary that drops on August 19th. Again, America's team, the gambler and his Cowboys. It's going to be an interesting watch. I'd like to know if you guys going to check it out. I'm sure you will. And tell me what you think. 30 years later, Cowboys hadn't sniffed the NFC Championship game nor a Super Bowl. What's your thoughts? Talk to me in the comments. I'm Kendrick, the sports guy. We will see you on the other side and on the next report. I am out. Peace.
What a read by Emmitt Smith. They were loaded everywhere. That's why we say by land or by air.